What's going on? What's going on? I don't think nobody's in here. I can't really see. Oh, yeah, one person's in here. So, hello, one person. It's good to see you. Instead of talking to myself this first couple of minutes like I've been doing, I'm going to go ahead and bring my homegirl up and we can talk to ourselves while y'all are coming in. So, without further ado, I'm so very excited because was actually my first channel that commented, "Hello, Kit Nichols." This is the first channel that commented on our Ormsby Farm page. We're going to talk about how I met Maddie. I just gave it away. Maddie from the Itty Bitty Homestead Committee. Boom. Boom. It's like a mic drop. Hey, girl.
Oh,
You know, people ask me, like, how did you meet the Itty Bitty Homestead Committee? I don't even know if you remember. Hi, Homestead. How you doing? I don't know if you remember. You commented on one of my videos, and for the life of me, I can't remember what it is. But you said I just binge watched your videos, and I was like, oh my God, people do that? That's so sweet. So I was like, let me add them. So I went to your page and I fell in love with the name, the Itty Bitty Homestead Committee. I was like, that is the coolest thing ever. And so then I Facebook stalked you and Instagram stalked you.
legit.
So really, Maddie is the first Ormsby Farm follower that we had.
Yeah.
Like legit.
I was just like, I gotta watch all of these videos. Why is this so entertaining? I don't know, but it's so much fun.
That was a hot mess then. And not to mention, and we're going to talk about this more, but Maddie and the Itty Bitty Homestead Committee. We'll say Maddie, but it's Maddie and Danny. But Maddie's like the brains and the face behind the Itty Bitty Homestead Committee. Just hit 500, y'all. This is so exciting. Ew. Ew, she hit 500. She gets a community page.
I could actually talk to people instead of disappearing for a week.
Well, that's the thing. We're going to talk about that tonight because now you're actually in the YouTube like realm where you have to stay on a schedule. Because you have 500 and hold on, I think it's 508. You have 508 people that are relying you to put videos out now.
Oh,
Does that feel weird?
it does.
Like, I mean, have you seen any growth on the other platforms because of the growth on YouTube? Because this was overnight. This was literally overnight that you went from like 200 to 500.
So I will say, I actually I hit big on TikTok, and I have a huge success over there. And they kind of like flitted over here to YouTube, a few of them, and then my one butchering video took off. But my Instagram is still there. It's not doing the best, but we're still living.
I'm trying to find your TikTok to post the link. So if people listen, I ain't gonna do all this because y'all know I'm old and I don't even know what TikTok is. But go ahead and Google the Homestead Committee on TikTok and find her and follow her. Because you're at like what, 12K? You're at like
Okay, yep.
12,000. See, just to say that excites me.
Right?
Is that baby Anna back there that I hear? Hey, girl. Hey.
I'm sitting here feeding her cookies under the desk.
Oh, God, I want some cookies right here. That's what I need. That sounds great.
Right? They're these little they're like these like churro flavored cinnamon chips. Like
Amazing.
they're like really good, and the kids just absolutely love them.
Oh, my.
It's the sound a clock makes. Tick. That's a horrible joke.
That is a horrible joke, but I get it.
Right.
I don't really know how old Maddie and Danny are, but I know they're younger than me because they have TikTok.
Right.
So, because I remember, when we started our page,
Mm-hmm.
my niece, who made me start being Casey the reality show, was like, you need to get a TikTok. And I'm like, a tick what?
Tick what?
I tried. I really gave it a good old hee-ho. and I didn't understand it. I literally did not understand it. So I deleted it.
So for me, it started off as a joke, right? I was like making fun of my I was just making fun of my sisters and everything because they all were like TikTok this and TikTok that, and I'm like, oh, I'll just start playing on TikTok as a joke. And over time, it's not really a joke anymore. I'm monetized.
No, it really isn't. For those, we're going to talk about this more throughout the hour that we're on here. But being monetized on the different platforms is like serious stuff because YouTube. I think everybody thinks it's like oh, got to be monetized on YouTube. No, actually, being monetized on Instagram or TikTok is more beneficial because they pay more money. Yeah?
Yes.
Than YouTube. YouTube pays, and I know we're on YouTube Live now, and I love YouTube. Love YouTube. Don't take it. But it pays like pennies on the dollar, to be for real. But let's go back to what you said, and then your butchering video took off. Because that's how I found it. Now, for those that follow me, know that I've been MIA with watching videos, commenting, because there's this thing called starting a homestead and learning to farm, and I thought it was going to be a lot easier, like a Pinterest page, but it's not. And so I finally got able to sit down and actually view my friends' videos, and yours popped up, and I was like, "Oh, okay, Maddie posted a video. Let me go check it out." And I was like, "Okay, girl, you got 500 views." And the next morning I went back because I didn't finish all the way through. I mean, I'd like to learn how to butcher things, so that doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I was tired and I was ready to go to bed. So I was like, I'm gonna pick back up tomorrow. I picked back up and we're at 750 views. And then I had to go to work, because us adults, we have to work.
No.
And then I came back after, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he's at 900 views. And when we checked before live, Maddie's at 1,000 views for this video. And it really is a great video. It's very informative. And I think people that are looking for that kind of video, that's what they're looking for. It's kind of like a step by step. And a lot of homesteaders are nervous because YouTube and other platforms say, we don't want those videos.
Right.
But when you're a new homesteader and you don't know, where do you learn?
Yeah.
YouTube. I'll get a question. Rabbits. She is the rabbit queen. Let me tell you, rabbit queen. It's so funny. We were talking about before the live, when we were on the homestead, when we find like the woman that owned the homestead beforehand had a lot of rabbits. You could definitely tell by the stuff that she left. When we would find it, the whole family would be like, "Oh, maybe let's hit up Maddie. Let's just email Maddie, just text Maddie, yeah, because Maddie is the rabbit queen. One, you show rabbits, right? You show rabbits,
Yes.
but you also raise them for meat.
Yep.
Which, if that's something that does not interest you, maybe homesteading is probably not the thing for you. I won't say that too much, but I mean, don't judge folks, okay? We're just living our lives here.
I have a quail right there in the bucket behind me if they prefer that.
Hey, was it you that texted me that was like, Casey, you need to do quail? No, it was Sherry from Black Tropical Homestead. She's in here shortly because she always pew me in the chat when she comes in. But she's like, no, Casey, you need to start off with quail.
So that happened because a couple weeks ago, I ended up in one of her lives and she invited me over there and I introduced her to my friend Victoria, who raises quail. And Victoria's like the quail queen, right?
Victoria have a channel or an Instagram shout out?
Freedom Quail Homestead.
On YouTube?
Yes.
All right. Maddie will talk and I will look for the link.
Yes. So she is like the quail queen. She is so good at that kind of thing. Like she's teaching me right now. She is like a wealth of knowledge. And I brought her into the live and I'm like, I know y'all are into rabbits, but talk to her if you want to try something new. Yeah. And she was like, welcome to the rabbit hole of quails. And I'm talking like, these guys are so much fun. Like, I'm going to grab one here so you can see it. Because they're sitting in the brooder in my office here. And they're a little stinky right now because of how big they are. But
alrighty, y'all. I just posted Freedom Quail Farms YouTube link. Well, let's go support them. I'll leave it in the comment too, but let's go support her. Let's get her to 100. Oh,
yeah.
they're so pretty too.
Aren't they? They're gorgeous. I think this one's called a pearl, if I remember my colors right. But they're gorgeous little things. And you know how chickens take like 6 months to lay eggs? These things take like 10 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they start laying eggs.
Do you use quail eggs like you do chicken eggs? Like scrambled eggs, that kind of stuff, bacon?
Yeah.
Just more.
They're just like normal eggs, except for they're a bit smaller. And if you're talking about volume, 3 quail eggs equals 1 chicken egg. So they are smaller, but they're really beneficial because they're so much easier than chickens.
But you have chickens too, correct?
Oh yeah, I have stuff. I am the animal collector on the homestead.
Well, tell the folks that are rewatching this, what animals do you have on your homestead as of right now, besides the husband and children?
Well, if we're talking about children, I have 3 of those, but I digress. We have 3 horses, a goat. We have about 12 chickens, 3 ducks, 28 rabbits if you don't include the babies. If we're including the babies, I have to go count again. We also inside have 4 cats, 3 dogs, 4 dogs if you include Cumbia. We have about 100 quail. We have a sulfur-crested cockatoo, my macaw, and a bunch of fish.
The macaw's in the videos a lot, right?
Oh yeah, he is. That's my pickle Rick. He's annoying.
I was about to say he's like a camera hog.
He is, and he's like so like, I am here. I am the star. Deal with it.
Yes, they do have horses. Yes, she's talked about it in a couple of her videos because last year, me and Maddy both together, collectively, as soul sisters, planted a garden for the first time to see how it would do. Yeah. You have all these homesteaders that are like showing these beautiful gardens they have growing, and me and Maddy are like, wah, wah. But one of her horses, is this not one of the horses was messed up one of your plants?
So Dallas is my little baby brain. Both my horses are rescues, but Dally is a special kind of stupid. And I had a fence to keep the deer out, right? And she would wriggle her chest up to the fence and push the fence over so that she could reach into the garden an extra 3 foot and chomp the heads off of all of my corn. And I was like, it's like, I put this fence up for deer, and now you want to play this game.
Now you want to play this game. Okay. You want to play, Dallas.
Oh, right. That's okay. Right now she's getting the bark off of my trees.
What corn did you grow?
We were growing strawberry popcorn, the little red ones.
Oh my gosh. You know, I planted some of the, well, I am wanting to plant some of them this year. I have the seeds.
I do too. I want to too.
Horses, so maybe I'll get some. Have you thought of any other like alternatives of where to put it so that you can try corn again this year?
Yes. So we moved. I don't know. Danny got a bulldozer, and my garden is no longer where it was because Danny got a bulldozer.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Hi, Ronnie.
But yeah, so it's a good thing because we got the property evened out, but now I have to rebuild my garden.
Have you tested your soil yet?
I have not. I need to, but the other problem we have right now is with it constantly snowing. The ground is frozen, and I can't really get the soil.
For those that don't know, tell them where you are because we're obviously saying she's not in the South.
Right. I live up above Colorado Springs in Colorado, up in the mountains. So you have the mile high being Denver, right? And then an extra mile up is where we are.
So yeah, she's still frozen, y'all.
Yeah, we're actually getting snow right now. We got a foot of snow a couple days ago. It melted, and now it's snowing again.
Oh.
Yeah, it's gross.
That's confusing. And listen, y'all, before we went on the live, Maddie texted me and she was like, I hope the weather's okay where you are. And see, I didn't think that where she was probably snowing. I was like, yeah, we're just having some bad storm. She's like, wait, rain or snow? And I was like, rain, girl. We don't get no snow down here in Georgia.
Well, that's why I was like, ooh, if they get a snowstorm, that'd be so bad. Because when I lived in Louisiana, they just had the lightest dusting of snow, and it was a state of emergency. I'm talking the snow didn't even stick. So
No, Georgia is, if they announce that there may be snow,
mhm.
everything shuts down. I'm talking grocery stores, I'm talking libraries. Don't try to research anything on a snow day, y'all. You better learn YouTube.
Learn YouTube.
But anyways, okay, so Danny leveled out your property.
Yeah,
And
well,
you're keeping it where you're keeping the garden where it was, or are you going to move it somewhere else?
so we're looking at moving it up towards the house by the carport. So
Okay.
I have this like it's a 20 by 20 area in between the carport and the house, and it's southern facing. So in theory, that's the place where we get the best light.
Mhm.
And it also on one side has a 6-foot fence up against it, like a solid fence. So in theory, the cockroaches, being the deer, should stay out of it. Should.
In theory.
In theory, they're. If you watched my TikTok, there was one day there were like 12 of them in my front yard, and my horses were just chilling with them, and I had to go out and chase them off my yard. I was like, guys, like, why aren't you doing your job, horses? You're supposed to keep these deer off, and you guys are eating with them.
I was about to say, do horses chase the deer off, or are they like buddy buddy?
So it used to be Dallas used to chase them off, like very territorial. And in the past year or so, she's just like, oh, they're friends. And it's like,
Really? Are you for real?
yeah,
Well, Dallas, these are not friends. These are tearing up my garden.
exactly. It's like, these are food, Dallas.
Does Danny hunt? Do you hunt?
So I need to get my hunting license renewed and see like locally where we're allowed to go. We didn't get a chance this last year just because of everything being hectic moving in, but we're looking at doing it here this next year coming up. But we also live up against a state forest. So actually finding places we're allowed to hunt is the problem we're facing.
Oh, and you said last year, was that the first year y'all lived in the house?
Yes.
What? I guess I kind of knew that since we both started the gardens as the first year. But wow.
I say we've been here a year last month.
So how are we liking Colorado?
I'd like it better if it would stop being bipolar in its weather. I'm getting really sick of -20 and then 60 in the same week.
Oh, that would be like I ain't with the negative life, the negative temperature life. I'm not with it. I'm not about that life. So I get it. Yeah. What did you learn last year that you're going to apply to your garden this year? What did you not do well? And you're like, oh, I should have done it this way. Because I mean, you've had a year now to kind of get it together. We're watching stuff on YouTube. We've made friends. We've
Yeah.
done all that stuff. What have you learned that you want to do differently this year in your garden?
We're gonna grow more potatoes.
Oh yeah, y'all put really good with potatoes there.
Right. And I either need to start my tomatoes or so last year my tomatoes got this big, they were green, they were beautiful, and then we had a frost come in and kill everything. So
I wasn't excited about that either.
I was so sad about that because I was like, my tomatoes are finally growing. And then I'm like, my tomatoes are dead.
Wait, have you started your tomatoes yet?
There's no point in it. Basically, I can't start them. And even then, I have to start them inside the house. Our last frost date is in June.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I can't start them until like May inside the house. And then if I can keep them alive in the house till mid-June, I can plant them outside.
See, that's a good like kind of like garden like prep idea.
I am.
I don't.
fighting.
Okay, yeah. So
Yes.
I'm way before you. But one thing that I learned about tomatoes is that even if you grow them and you get leggy. Hi, y'all. Hi. Thanks for coming in. That you can like bury them and they'll grow more roots and get stronger.
Really?
So I didn't know that until last year. I can't even remember who told me that last year, but I just started my tomato seeds.
Hmm.
And I may be a little addicted to seed starting.
Yes.
I said, okay, I'm only going to do 3 trays of tomatoes. And then it turned into 12. I have about 180 tomato plants started, and they've all germinated. But they said when it gets tall and leggy, when you like transplant them into a different plant, if you do them lower,
Hmm.
I'm doing terrible verbiage, y'all. This is not like the term that you should use. But if you plant it a little bit lower, it grows the roots and then it becomes a stronger plant, which I didn't know. What? So I'm hoping this year we'll have stronger plants. So maybe in May, you said you're going to start your tomatoes.
Yes.
Do you know what kind of tomatoes you're starting?
Yes. So
I want to hear.
I say we're definitely doing the cherry 1000s, the really sweet little ones.
That two are like twins.
Right? And then I found some purple tomatoes I want to try. They're like big. They're like an heirloom sandwich tomato, and they're purple.
What's their name?
I have no idea.
Oh, she's got her seed starting kit, y'all.
I'm not sure if they're in the ones in here or not. I also have a lot of seeds right here, but and then we have just like basic tomatoes, sandwich tomatoes. We're doing some cherry tomatoes, some Roma tomatoes, that kind of thing. I'm going through collard greens. There's peppers, pole beans. There's one in here called an Earliana. But yeah.
Have y'all heard
of that? But and then have you ever watched Root and Refuge?
Yes, Jess.
Yeah, you know how she has like a tomato obsession.
I think she has a plant obsession.
Oh wait, yes, but she grows like 20 million different kinds of tomatoes.
You know that may be where I learned to do extra seeds and then put them lower.
Yeah.
You know, it may have been Jess's video that told me that. To be completely honest, because most of the thing I either learned it from Jess from Roots and Refuge, Sarah from Living Traditions Homestead, or Carmen from Jesus Loving Homesteader. Those are the 3 ones that I'm like, okay, I'll grow like ginormous amount of food. I'm not worthy. I need to watch you.
Right? Like I see all these people, and part of it is the climate, right? Because we live in like this really cold climate. But like I see some of these people, they're bringing in just like baskets and baskets of food, and I'm like, I grew 10 squashes.
Do you can?
We ate everything before we could can, but I can like meats and that kind of thing.
That's good though. That's so good.
No, definitely. But like I get so sad because it's like I have fruits and veggies. I can definitely can these. And then I look at it and I'm like, I'm gonna eat all this before I can it.
Well, let me ask you this, because you're talking about y'all eat the veggies before you could can it. When you started this process, who sat down with who? Did you sit down, Danny, and say, hey, homie, I want to do this? Or did Danny sit you down and be like, hey, homie, this is what we should do? Who was the initiator of wanting to live this kind of lifestyle? Who was you?
Well, Danny initially is a Cali boy, and he grew up in Los Angeles. So it's one of those things where like he never knew this kind of lifestyle really existed to this extreme. Like he knew farms and everything. I'm like, I want to do homesteading stuff, and I want to be 100% sustainable, and I want to do this and this and this and this and this. And at first he's like, okay, yeah, and he's at like as we get further and further, he's like, what is this? And I'm like, it's fun.
It's fun, Danny.
It's fun. Just join the crazy. It'll be glorious.
Well, I mean, it is, I think for people that don't know about this lifestyle, it is probably a culture shock for some people. But we've talked about it on the podcast that I'm on my
Mhm.
channel. The times of life that we are living in, I believe that you need to learn self-sustainability, yeah?
Yes.
Because nobody knows what's gonna happen.
And
But
2019 is scary.
right, but the ones that do know self-sustainability are the ones that are gonna rock it out.
Or at least
Because
not go quite as insane.
you say it again?
Or at least not go quite as insane.
I think we're already insane. I think doing the homesteading, we passed that insane line. So now it's just like, are we gonna insanely survive or insanely spend all of our money? And that's one thing. Oh, hi, Alicia. Hi, friend. We were just talking about the podcast. But I think that, and not even, it's not even growing your own stuff.
Mhm.
I think self sustainability is such a broader umbrella.
Oh,
Like you were
definitely.
saying, canning meat. That's so important. Even if you don't grow your own meat. Hi, Nisi. Oh my God, I can't scan down. Okay, there we go. Hey, Nisi. Even if you don't grow that meat, canning your meat is so important. What meat do you can? Like what this past year? What was your? Let's say this. What was your most favorite, and what was your most difficult meat to can?
I would say my favorite to can is rabbit, but the most
Can
difficult. Hmm?
How do you can that though? Do you do it like chicken? Like, do you do it with the bone on and all that kind of stuff?
So
Explain how you do it.
so it depends on the cut you're using. Like if you're doing the loin, for instance, you can like can it like basically you put the raw meat in and you let it can, and the canning process cooks it through.
Mhm.
Or you could do it in chunks like you would like a beef stew meat. It just depends on like what section of the rabbit you want to do. Because you could also, in theory, they're like little front legs.
Mhm.
You can cut them off almost like little chicken wings, and if you get enough of them, you can like can them and then refry them up and almost have like a little chicken wing party.
Shut up! I did not know. See, I'm telling y'all, Matt is the rabbit queen. Make her a crown, send it to her. I'm sure her PO box is on her list. Her tiara. We need to get her a rabbit queen one. When you talk about loin,
Mhm.
explain to those that are watching this video back what the loin is. Is that kind of like the back strap? And I mean, what is that exactly? Yeah.
You're exactly right. It's the back strap. It's the area that starts right after the ribs and
Mhm.
goes down almost to the rump.
Okay.
So
Do you
it's a section
can
about
it?
this long. Hmm?
You can it just by itself, nothing
Yeah,
else.
you can just. I say, I prefer just canning it like with just like salt and water.
Uh-huh.
That way we don't have to worry about like we can put the seasoning in afterward, right? Because oh, thank you. She's a squish. But we prefer to season it like after we open it from the canning. So, like, let's say if I am feeling cumin when I'm canning, right, and I put cumin in all of my everything, and then 3 months later I'm like, I hate this spice. Then it's just gonna sit on my shelf. So I found it better just to can it like with a normal spice, like just salt and pepper.
Mhm.
That way, when I recook it or I reconstitute it or whatever, I can do whatever I want to it.
Right, right, and that's true, and that's really true with any type of meat that you can.
Mhm.
Like, try to do like water, salt, and pepper, because then
Mhm.
when you take it back out, I do raw chicken. Again, we don't have rabbits, even though we're talking about rabbits. We're talking behind the scenes with Maddie with rabbits, but as of now, we just can chicken. We can some ground beef, but we can chicken, and we do the bone on. And I don't really do literally anything, but like just putting the chicken in the can and canning it because it makes its own broth. Because
Yep.
like you said, I may be like, "Ooh, I want some Asian spices this week," And then when I open up the thing, I'm like, I don't want no Asian. I want Mexican. And then you've just ruined that whole can of meat. So raw packing is my favorite. I
Mhm.
love raw packing. I have not done hot packing, which Maddie talked about cutting it into chunks and cooking it and that kind of stuff. Are you going to do a video and show people how to can rabbit?
I need to. My problem is we butchered out 3 this last time. We had 3 Californians we had to take care of, and we're kind of that's going quickly in the freezer. Every time like I butcher that out, right? It's like, oh my gosh, we need to eat this. This is delicious. This is the best, that kind of thing. So it's a quick moving thing in our house. Now the 50 chickens that are in my freezer, a little slower.
Really? And why is that? Let's dive into that. This is like Ormsby Farm therapy moment now.
Right.
What? Because I remember seeing the video with Danny. Because Danny did the video of he didn't butcher it on camera, right? He just talked about how to cut
Yes.
and freeze.
Yes.
Which shout out to Danny because it was a great video.
It
And I
was.
know a lot of I'm a single, ready to mingle kind of gal, but most of my buddies that have significant others, they don't like to be on camera. So I will shout them out, but Danny did a great job. Great job, Danny.
Yes.
Okay, so now all of those chickens that y'all did you cut them all up or did you freeze any whole? Or what was the process that y'all did with it? You said 50, right?
Yeah, 50. Because we did, so we initially had 55 roosters, and we only lost 5, which I was happy as heck with. So we had some that were we like cut up into pieces. So we did. So
Thank you.
if you ever have children, right, you can't let them all have different cuts of meat because it starts an argument. So you have to package like this is a bag of thighs, this is a bag of wings, because otherwise my 5-year-old will be like, "Mommy, I wanted that piece. Why are you eating that piece?" And it's like, because 5 minutes ago you asked for the other piece. So we do have some whole carcasses, but what I do with those is I roast them, then I take the meat off and I turn that into like tacos or burritos or Danny made there was some mole that was made the other day. And by the other day,
I think you texted me when y'all made the mole.
yeah.
Or some Spanish thing with a shredded chicken. Huh?
Mm-hmm. I would say, so unless I'm like shredding it up for something else, we also have packages of like wings, thighs, that kind of thing. Because otherwise it's just a mess. It's just fighting.
So why because I've never tasted rabbit, and I've texted you that before. That I don't know if I want to grow it because I don't know how it tastes.
Mm-hmm.
For those that are watching that are like me, how would you? Because everybody says, "Oh, it tastes like chicken. Oh, it tastes like chicken," and then you taste it and it really doesn't taste like chicken. Talk to us about rabbit meat versus chicken meat. In your opinion, this is Maddie's opinion.
So it is very similar to chicken, especially in texture. I will say that if you cook it just by itself, like if you were to throw it in the oven and cook it, it's a very rich flavor compared to chicken. Some people call it gamey, but it's not quite that flavor because gamey is its own thing. This is just like, have you ever had duck?
Yes.
You know how duck has that like real rich flavor?
Yeah, it's so good.
So, well, rabbit's closer to duck, in my opinion, than chicken.
Okay. Okay.
So it has its own flavor and its own like richness. So it's not like chicken. You know how chicken you can just like put any kind of spices on it and it's good to go.
Yeah.
Rabbit, not quite. There are just some spices that do really well with it, and then there are other spices where it's like maybe that wasn't quite the best option.
Now, what do you use the rabbit meat for? I know what you texted me, but for those who are watching,
I'd say, so what was it? 2 nights ago, I took out a rabbit loin. I threw it in the oven at 200 degrees for an hour and a half. That way, it was just barely cooked through. Then I tore that meat off the bone, chopped it into like really small, like chunky pieces.
Mhm.
And then I threw it in olive oil, cumin, onion, a little bit of chili powder, and garlic on the stove, and we turned that into tacos.
Oh my gosh, like, can I just head up to, like, Colorado, like, right now? That sounds amazing.
I say,
And
oh, I can't
first of
wait.
all, if you want Maddie to do cooking videos, which I've been, like, talking to her that she needs to do more cooking videos. She did one, was it for taco meats before that you did that one? We did a challenge together. Hold on.
I did meatballs in one of them.
No, that was the $10 dinner challenge.
Oh,
No,
I
this was
did a
the
Super Bowl one with bean dip.
no, that wasn't the bean dip. Can't remember, but you had done some tacos. I'm like, Maddie, you're a really good cook. You should do more cooking videos. If you want Maddie to do more cooking videos, give us a thumbs up. Say it in the comments because Nisi is saying that YouTube is doing some weird things right now.
Mhm.
It's showing that you have one viewer, but you have several people in here. So hello to everyone that's in here. If we've not said hello to you, hello, comment so we can actually say hello to you because literally it's showing me that there's only one person in here.
Mhm.
So if YouTube's doing some weird, say hello. Hi, Ronnie. We know you're here.
I
Um, uh, say it again.
I would do more cooking videos, but my household is mostly Hispanic and they make fun of my cooking.
Why? Because it's not spicy enough?
Yes.
Okay, so this is one way that me and Maddie, um, hey Kent, thank you for still being here. I guess you're the one, or you and one, yeah. Um, Me and Maddie are twinsies, as in my ex was Hispanic, and would make fun of my spicing. I guess is that how you say it? Spicing, like or flavoring.
Flavoring, spices.
Would always make fun of it. But now that I've learned, some of my like white folk friends that are like, ooh, ooh, settle all that down, Casey. So, what have you learned from Danny cook wise? Spice it.
I was to say, I know how to make like a bunch of different like salsas and stuff. I properly know how to do like taco stuff now instead of having like a. Have you ever seen the meme of like white people taco night where it's like the ground beef, the cheese, and like the taco seasoning?
I was gonna say the little packet. You can't
Yeah,
miss the little packet. Ugh.
right. So I actually now when we do tacos, I put out like onions and tomatoes and cilantro and lime. And like I actually have some cooking skills now, and I did not have those beforehand. So I'm very grateful for that.
Now, what people don't may not understand is when we say white people Mexican, um, we mean like when you go to like Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Not real Mexican. Really, because I worked at Mexican restaurants all my restaurant career.
Hmm.
Really, yeah. Um, the Mexican restaurants really are not authentic Mexican career, Mexican cuisine.
Hmm.
Like my ex, he was like, "We don't never put shredded iceberg on a taco. It's usually onions to like a cilantro."
Yes.
Which I didn't know, like, pico de gallo is like a pinch of everything kind of
Hmm.
translation. That's what they throw on the top of their tacos.
Hmm.
I mean, it's spicy because 'cause it's got the jalapenos.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
what
I'm on
more?
a live. Oh, hey, Casey, I gotta go. The horses got out.
Oh, the horses got out. Okay, y'all, we will see Maddie on the next live. I will try to book her again. Maddie, thanks for being
Sorry.
here. No, thank you, y'all, for tuning in to Maddie. We're gonna let her go catch her ones. Make sure to follow her. I'm gonna let her go so that she can go and actually catch her horses. Y'all, that is crazy. See, I don't have that yet, so I'm not um, well versed on animals getting out and having to go catch them. Right now, it's Destiny, and she's, as y'all can see, asleep. She's not getting out anywhere. Um, but yeah, so how's everybody's week been? Y'all leave it in the comments. How was everybody's week been so far? Because it's only Tuesday. I mean, my husband is white and he heats up his partridges. Well, that's true. It's really true. When I worked at a Mexican restaurant, they did cast iron heating it up. That's how they heat it up because we had cold tortillas. How do you heat your tortillas up, Ronnie? Because I just learned about a tortilla press. Because I make homemade tortillas, it's actually in our cookbook, and I really want to press because I want to press out some good ones. Nisi, why didn't you shoot that? Because that sounds hysterical. Nisi said I had to chase a calf out of the main garden back into mama pasture last spring. I'm 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 preparing myself for it, um, but I am still um, very unknowledgeable on it. Yes, you heat it up on a griddle. Okay, that's what we did. Okay, so I feel more Hispanic. Knowing that I do it properly. Don't heat it up in the microwave. Even though when I'm lazy, okay, let me tell you a lazy, like, if I'm hungry and lazy, I do a ranch and buffalo sauce, like Tabasco sauce mix, and heat up some tortillas in the microwave to dip in it. It's amazing. But that's just because I'm a fat kid and I am hungry. So I'm just gonna say it how it is. Just how it is. I bet it was easy. Oh my gosh. That is it. How old was the calf that you had to chase? How old and how big? I guess I'll ask that. How old and how big? 'Cause that's important. We have decided that on our homestead, even though we have the room for it, we probably will not have cows on our homestead um, because I can use it for other things. And I learned about, we were shooting our season 2 of the podcast. Go check us out when it comes out. The pictures came out yesterday, our promo pictures, and our trailer comes out next Monday. But we were talking about how to use your homestead in the right, how to find your niche on your homestead. And then we started talking about CSAs. And I think I'm going to do a CSA now for some of the meat that I don't have to grow. Um, so it was a biggin. It was a biggin, Nisi. We're going to say a biggin. Because toddlers can get to be like 300 pounds, right? Hold on, let me send it to Maddie to come back up. Maddie, you can use that same link in the email that I sent you to come back up. Now it's showing 5 people. Let me know if you can find it, Maddie. Otherwise, I can send you another one. We've just been talking about cows and animals getting out. But no, yay, she's coming back. But no, I learned about CSAs in our podcast, and basically, if you want to know what a CSA is, don't ask me now. Follow our podcast. But a lot of farms do like meat CSAs, and I think that's what we're going to do with the beef and with milk. 'Cause that's really what I wanted a cow. I mean, Nisi, y'all do dairy cows, or do you do more of like, meat, cattle, or, what do y'all have the cow for, um, on your homestead? And hopefully one of these days, I'm gonna join in on the Nisi, Alicia, friend, crocheting. I wanna learn how to crochet. Here we are, we're back. Back,
Hi.
back again. Back again. Huh? So everybody's in the barn. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. The Danny opened the gate and the horses rushed him and got out. And I stand up at the barn with my bucket of feed, shook it a couple of times, and they came running back home.
It's all about the food. It's all about the food.
Right.
Dairy cows. Okay. We were talking about cows while you were gone.
Oh, I love cows.
Because as you left, Nisi, let me see if I can find. Oh, there it is.
Oh, jeez. That sounds. Mama cows can be mean.
They can. And I don't really know firsthand, but I've watched a lot of YouTube videos. So I'm going to call myself an expert um, on that. Um, but no, I think, have y'all ever wanted to have milk cows on your property? You do?
Yeah, probably not going to happen though.
Same with us.
Like, if we ever in the future get like a larger property, I've looked into getting like jerseys for
Wait, how many acres do you have?
about 2.
Okay, okay.
So a little small.
It really isn't, because if y'all haven't seen, there's a video on the Itty Bitty Homestead Committee YouTube channel where she walks around and shows the property. It's gorgeous. Y'all's property is beautiful. Oh my gosh.
Yo.
But I mean, I guess to be a good cow owner, you need to have an acre and a half per cow calf.
Yes.
Have you ever heard Eder? I'm trying to say Eder and Udder at the same time. Heard of a CSA?
A CSA.
So I don't know what it stands for because I just learned about it on the podcast when we were shooting. But I looked it up. It will show farms around you
Mhm.
that do a CSA where you pay monthly. Yeah. And the meat CSAs, you pay like $40 a month. You pick up your box and it may have like ground beef, steak, ribeyes. So you're supporting a farm and
Huh.
getting grass-fed, homegrown beef. Somebody in the chat, if you know, Nisi probably knows. Alicia, if you're still in here, type it in what CSA means. But they do that with like goat stuff, veggies, um, eggs, chickens. It's kind of cool.
That is really cool, to be
For
honest.
people like me and Maddy that really shouldn't, and not that we shouldn't have, because I mean we have a little under 10 acres. We have 9.72.
That's a nice size.
But a cow's a big responsibility.
Yes, it is.
And for those that don't know, I've started the process to foster to adopt children because I want to grow my family, and I want 4. I want 4 kids. So since this is just your gal right here, running this farm, and 4 kids, maybe a cow is not the most responsible decision for me to get. So that's why I'm on the I don't know bus yet. Mama can still.
Come get your kid. That sounds about right, to be honest. I'd be like, no, you can keep it. Go ahead, keep the kid.
Right, keep it. Hey, Grown with Hudson, how are you? Now horses. Was that the first animal that y'all got on the homestead?
No, so we had chickens first because my parents could have killed me. On the way to get the horses from my rescue, because I get my horses from a very special lady. She was the lady who taught me how to ride and break horses, and she is like my go-to. I texted her up. I said, "Hey, I'm coming to buy one of your horses. Have a few ready for me to try out," kind of moment. And on my way up there, I had 2 brooders full of chickens and ducks that we plugged into the truck to keep alive. And I just showed up to my parents' house with like 20 chickens, 3 ducklings, and put them in my parents' basement and went, "Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell y'all I have a couple brooders." My mom was fine with it, but my dad probably could kill me.
No, where did you find, like, you got there was baby chicks and baby ducklings, right?
Mhm.
Where did you find baby chicks and baby ducklings? Like, for those who are wanting to get into it, where did you go to get those?
So it depends on which ones. I, like many other people, have lost my feed store privileges this time of year because I go to pick up feed and they have brooders full of chicks, and I go, "I don't have that kind yet. I need 6." So I'm not allowed to go to the feed store alone. So there's one place to get it. Another place is they have these things called hatcheries, and you can order chicks online, or you can go to the hatchery and like pick up same day. And then the other option, and this for finding specialty breeds is my favorite. You go onto Craigslist and you like search chickens for sale, or like let's say you're into silkies or bantams. You could type in bantam chickens for sale, and you can find local breeders in your area.
See it, y'all. Maybe it's just me because probably a lot of people that are watching us already know this stuff, but I don't. Newbie. And I'm gonna be probably texting Maddie the whole time, like, okay, I want multicolor eggs.
Yeah,
What should I? Because I think multicolor
terracottas.
is so pretty, especially for the amount here in Georgia. I don't know where, other states. Don't kill me in the comments that are watching. Don't kill me in the chat now. But here in Georgia, large eggs, a dozen sell for $8 of homegrown eggs. Is that the same where you are?
It depends. If you are looking for like brown, organic, free range chicken eggs, it's about $6 a dozen right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're just going for like basic white factory farming type eggs, it's about $1.50.
Oh yeah.
I go in for feed and I'm like, "Squirrel, how about we just be Tractor Supply buddies? We'll go in together, we're squirrel together, and then we can just blame it on each other."
See, I haven't got to do that yet. Now, let me tell you, because I found a Tractor Supply that's close to the new homestead. Plus, there's a small feed store in the town where we live. But I haven't been back. But the last time I went, I saw a handwritten sign, chicks and ducks coming soon. And I was like, because I keep telling myself, you are allowed 6. Why anymore?
Casey, you don't understand chicken math then.
I know, because then I look at my chicken coop and I'm like, this thing is huge. I need at least 20.
Well, you start off with 6, and then you come to realize, well, you need to get at least another 6 months later. That way, when the first ones stop laying because they're molting, the other ones cover for them. But then you realize the next year you have to pick up 6 more for when those stop laying eventually in 2 to 3 years. But then you need to get another 6 for when they're molting. And next thing you know, you have 50 chickens.
See, I'm gonna have to replay this for my family, because they think I'm psycho. And Nisi says, Maddie, you need to learn the art of sneaking them in.
So the problem with that,
I'm sure she probably does. Actually, knowing Maddie, I'm sure she knows the art of sneaking.
So, Danny has told me basically I'm allowed to have like 80 bunnies, right? But after talking to my friend, we decided 80 includes only the does we're breeding. So none of the babies count.
To Danny or in general?
We'll just say in general to save my butt. So right now I have 28 rabbits. Take that as you will. Now, if we want to start counting how many of the mommies have litters right now and how many are going to have babies tomorrow.
Now, how long is rabbit pregnancy?
So most of my girls go between day 32 and 35.
So like a month.
Yeah, it's about a month. I see this comment all the time on my TikTok. My girls go on day 30. Well, good for you, Jan. My girls are always late. Like always.
Marsha.
Marsha.
Do you have set like times that you breed rabbits? Or is it kind of like, hey, when she has a litter, it's time for another one?
So basically, how I run my breeding program is once my does hit between 6 and 9 months, I breed them for the first time. Normally closer to 9 months because they make better moms if you wait just a little later. So they'll be pregnant for about 30 days and they'll have their kits. And once they have their babies, once those babies are between 6 and 8 weeks, I will rebreed that doe so that she'll have about anywhere from 2 weeks to a month by herself, not worrying about children, before she has her next litter.
And see, that's why y'all need to go over to the Itty Bitty Homestead Committee and subscribe because, again, she is the rabbit queen.
I can teach you about cycles.
Well, for those that weren't here at the very beginning of our chit chat, gossip hour, Maddy and the Itty Bitty Homestead Committee, which is Maddy and Danny, and all the kitties, hit 500.
Yeah.
Yes, that is so. Well, let me tell you how excited I was when I saw that you hit 500. Because Maddy, again, this is all for the newbies, because now I'm starting to see people in the chat. Maddy was the first channel to comment on Ormsby Farm stuff. Now, I'm not talking about the Being KC reality show that was before that. I'm talking about the Ormsby Farm homesteading stuff. Maddy was the first one, and she had texted or commented and said, I had just binge watched your videos. And I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. I feel so special. I need to go like Facebook stalk her. And I did. And I Facebooked and Instagram stalked, followed. So she was kind of like my first homesteading friend.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, me and Maddy have never spoken on video or FaceTime until tonight. This is we've always texted, which I think is so cool about the homestead community, because I feel like you're like Auntie Maddy for like Destiny, like because I just have known you for how long has it been? Probably 6 or 7 months. No, longer than that. Not longer than that.
I feel like I need to go scroll through all of my YouTube stuff and be like, when will the end of me sign on?
No, because you had just started your channel. When you commented on my video, you had 3 videos. You had one video that was walking through the entire property during the winter.
Yep.
So it was snowy, because I remember that because I went back and watched all 3 of them. I really wanted to binge watch too, but I guess 3 of the 3 videos was binge watching. But no, this is our first one. Hi, Nancy. But yeah, so Maddy is my OG homestead Maddy, and I call her the Rabbit Queen because for those that didn't see the very beginning of it, when I have rabbit issues, she is the person to go to, and your rabbit butcher video completely just took off.
It really did.
Maddy, let's talk about literally, God, it must have been maybe 2 weeks ago. You were at 200 subscribers.
Yes.
And then last night you hit 500.
Yeah.
How was that? Like, what kind of feeling was that when you looked? Are you the kind of person that checks every day?
So I check my analytics every day because I keep a graph and a chart and like data to see when would be the best time for posting and everything. And I looked that one morning and all of it, like I went from like 200 to 300 in the span of like 6 hours. And I was like, oh, what the heck? And some of it was from the butcher video and then some of it was from TikTok. And I'm just like, oh, well, look what this is doing. Oops. And I hit 500. I'm like, oh, I have a community page. yes, I gotta get that set up so that in case I do go missing for like a week, I can be like, well, I'm still alive. Everything is okay. I just got distracted by the bunnies.
Now, I will say that's one of the sweet things of the homesteading community.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we don't post, people will like be like, "Are you
No.
okay? You okay? You're breathing, homie? You still?"
Did your chickens eat you?
And the good thing is to have the community page to literally, it's quick to say, hey, no video this week, y'all. We're kind of, planting a garden. There she is. I knew she would say it.
Pew pew pew.
Pew pew. Sherry, we were literally talking about you at the beginning of the live
Mm-hmm.
of how you come in saying pew pew pew. Like I probably need to start saying that again in my videos.
YouTube shout out.
I haven't literally done that in forever. No, back to Maddy hitting 500. I mean, how did you tell Danny? I mean, what did you say when?
You're super. He was just like, cool. He's like, proud of you, and it's like, yay.
Okay, so Danny probably doesn't get that 500 is a big number for community page. It means you can be tagged by other bigger channels, and you can change your URL code.
Yeah, so excited. I gotta get all of that done. I am so excited for at least the URL thing because it will make sense. Because right now my URL is just a bunch of like letters and numbers off the back end of YouTube. And it's like, I don't like that.
Yeah, no, you want something. I think when people start following you, and we talked about this before too, because like Maddie's like, when I have to actually start posting videos on a regular, I'm like, yeah, you have 508. We checked. She has 508 subscribers now that are counting on you to post videos. You and Anna. I mean, they're counting on both of y'all right there.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Yeah, I'm expecting you because you steal the show. In my lap.
Yeah. But you have I don't want to say obligation because that makes it sound weird. But now that you have these subscribers, do you feel that way? Do you feel like, okay, now I have to like get on top of my shit and
I'm very anal retentive about thank you. It's so weird, but I like it. But I'm really anal retentive about like timing. So like for instance, on my TikTok during the day, I try to post every like 2 to 3 hours. And just like little things of either me just being stupid or a little. Oh yeah. Are you sure? But I try to like post consistently because I'm like, I'm not gonna hit these analytics, and then people are gonna be like, where's the video? And then they're not gonna stick around. Like I'm just like
it's true though. It's such a true thing.
Mm-hmm. As I say, especially like with my degree and everything, and part of my major was in marketing. And they always talk about, analytics this and when you need to post that and how you should market yourself. And I'm a business major, so I'm just like in one ear out the other, like, okay, I need to figure it out. But at the same time, I'm like, they didn't teach me this in college. Yeah, I'm always ticking people off.
Just FYI, Sherry, do you know that she's at 12,000 followers on TikTok? Now, me and Sherry and Big Bobby are in the same age range. So we're not well versed on the TikTok, on the
clock app.
So, okay. Yes, we are so excited for her. Literally, I was talking to Mom before I got on, and I was like, I'm so excited for Maddy. Like, she deserves it because people don't understand that YouTube is not like an overnight, like you post a video and you have 1,000 subscribers or 500 subscribers or 10,000 subscribers. It's a lot of work, a lot of time out of your day, and you put in that work. And you kept on churning out these great videos, and then
thank you so much.
She has 500.
Yeah.
She is in the 500 club, y'all. If you are not subscribed to Maddy, go ahead. I'm trying to multitask and get the link. because I don't think I have mods in here tonight. Oh,
Banana Man.
Sherry, I don't think I can say that on my family-friendly YouTube channel.
No. Yeah, you can watch TV, baby. The little one comes in. Can I watch TV? It's like,
It is adorable.
nah, they're both good kids. Heathens, but
No,
good.
I was gonna say your oldest is never on the videos.
So she's Danny's younger sister.
Okay.
So I kind of have collected her, and she is counted on like part of the family. But
Is that something that she doesn't want to be on YouTube?
if every once in a while she'll pop in on like my TikToks or whatever. But it's one of those things where if she doesn't want to be on it, that's completely her choice. Just like with like the 5-year-old, if she doesn't want to be there, okay, that's fine. So because they're their own humans.
If they are their own humans.
Thank you so much.
They do.
Yeah.
Take it away. They giveth and they taketh away. Yeah.
So part of that is if you have somebody who like subscribes to your channel and they don't comment or like or any of that, YouTube kind of sees it like a bot.
3. Has to be 3 videos that they comment on. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't, they're like, oh no, it's a bot. They're out.
Zoop.
And they take it away. So what I have learned now, and I'm posting Maddie's link in the chat, so y'all go subscribe. Let's get her to 510. Like now. Now. But if you don't tell people in your videos, make sure to like and subscribe and comment.
Yes.
YouTube will take them away.
Yeah.
Literally. It's the analytics. It's no fun.
It's interesting though, because of the
Sure, Sherry. Sure. I believe you. I believe you. Right, Sherry, tell her. It will get better. It happens. I always like, because I'm that psycho that looks at my subscribers like every day. And I'm like, oh, we're this. And then the next thing it's like -7. I'm like, God, everybody hates me. And then an hour later, it's like +10. And then it's like an hour later, -15. I'm like, oh, I'm not looking at it anymore.
I just check about once a day. Otherwise, I sit there and I get a little too obsessed with the numbers because I love statistics. And if I get a little too anal retentive, but I'm sitting here like, numbers, ha 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 ha, and then I don't do anything else all day because I like numbers.
Well, and because it's important. I mean, we were talking about before, and I said I was going to talk about it on this live, and I'm going to. Not long, because we don't hold Maddie up all night, and we're at an hour. But we were talking about the analytics between TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And I think what a lot of content creators don't understand is that YouTube actually pays the lowest amount of money for monetization.
Mm-hmm.
We love our YouTube. Both of us want to be monetized. Me and Maddie want to be monetized.
All hail the YouTube algorithm.
Yes, but I think it's TikTok that makes the most money on monetization, and Instagram is not too far behind.
Mm-hmm.
But learning all these analytics and stuff, that's why it's so important to have a YouTube, an Instagram, a Facebook, a TikTok. That's why all these big channels have that.
Yes.
Because YouTube pays pennies on the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want 3 pennies on the dollar, you need to have one more social media.
3 pennies. Oh no. As I say, I will say though, it seems like YouTube is more consistent Like, for instance, like TikTok's kind of up and down. You'll trend and then you'll bottom. You'll trend and you bottom. And if you are monetized on that, it's very kind of random then on your monetization. YouTube seems to be more standard across the board for views. So yes, it's more lowballing for monetization, but it does have a purpose comparatively.
Right. You know, and our channel was actually monetized before Ormsby Farm. Like we were monetized during being Casey. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We took those videos down. We were demonetized because the algorithm goes on your watch hours.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, it's on your watch hours. That's what we're trying to get back up as to watch hour level.
Yep.
What we need to do now, and I'm going to make a bet here, and y'all that are over 500 subscribers, because there's a couple of y'all in here. Share Maddy. Let's get her to 1,000 watch hours.
Yeah.
June 1st.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Can we do it? Yes, we can.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if we can do that, like that'd be like I told Danny, it would just be nice if my social media could pay for all of my animals' feed costs.
Hi, Carmen. Carmen, I was literally just talking about you literally like 20 minutes ago. I said that I watched 3 people when we were talking about gardening. We were talking about gardening. Jess from Roots and Refuge, Sarah from Living Traditions Homestead, and from Jesus Loving Homesteader, because those women know everything.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Sure, no, when it comes to gardening, I don't have a green thumb. I have a kill everything thumb. So when I'm watching other people who are like so good at that, I'm like, teach me your ways because I'm killing everything.
No, let me tell you, Maddy, if you don't follow Carmen, follow her, and I bug the heck out of her. When I say I'm like Instagramming her all the time, okay, I'm like, Carmen, okay, this is what my plants look like. Am I on the right track, or should I just be like, trash and go? Huh? And she's like, no, you're good. Chill out. You're fine.
So I have a lot that are actually hidden, like up on my shelving. Like this is zombie.
Okay, Carmen, Maddy has a lot of things hidden. Like you have quail behind you too hidden. Huh? Like she's like the true ghost homesteader.
Let's see. I have that one right there. That's a red rubber plant. I have a rattlesnake calathea. I have a violet. I have string of pearls. I have like 6 different kinds of pothos. I have a couple snake plants. I have my palm. I'm not sure what kind of palm it is. It died, but then came back to life, hence the name zombie. I have
a palm tree.
Huh?
Like a palm tree?
It's like a little palm tree. Danny's mom gave it to me because I was
grow that in Colorado?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm so impressed right now.
I have another calathea. It's a pink and green. And then I have a begonia rex. Yeah, I'm good at houseplants. I can keep my houseplants alive and well. Like my little rubber plant. It's a variegated red rubber plant. Has like 12 new leaves on it. He's doing great. He's living his best life. He's from California. You see, I kill unless they're both. No, if you can keep fiddle leaf figs alive, you are like beyond most people because the fiddle leaves are so fickle they will die for no reason.
Pothos are like amazing ones to have because they put out oxygen for all the other.
Right.
Maddy has a pothos. He's about to pull it.
This is one of my pothos.
And pothos are the easiest to like cut, root, and sell.
Yes.
Like when we were talking about selling at farmers markets, I was like, Mom, that is your root, pothos, plant. Yeah, I'm gonna go through
our quail. Ooh, yeah, that's so exciting.
Okay. Tell me had quail, just like rabbit. We talked about rabbit before. How does quail taste? Is it like a chicken? And Sherry, don't tell me it's the chicken, because girl, you tell me it's chicken all the time. A frog legs is chicken.
Us probably.
It really tastes like.
I need to go get Victoria and pull her back up here because, like, I've actually never had quail before. We've just been growing them. I haven't had a chance to eat them yet because they're brand new to the homestead. But I need to eat these guys. Like a couple, otherwise, oh, that sucks. That really sucks.
I did hear that too.
Ugh.
No, Nisi's coming back on. We were talking about watch hours and analytics.
Ugh.
Yes. Even with shorts, if you keep the short on repeat, it only counts as one. You can't get multiple views. There's a time in between when you can watch a video again. Like, let's say Ormsby Farm decides to watch Maddy's Butchering of Rabbit videos. I think it's a week before we can watch it again before it will count as another view to you.
Seriously?
Analytics.
That's so weird. I don't like it. Oh, you froze on me, Casey. Is that storm coming in and hitting you?
My internet's messing up. Oh, okay,
no.
We're back.
All right, there you are. Yeah.
That's all they need. Pothos? Really? Sherry.
Tastes like chicken. Everything tastes like chicken.
Everything tastes like chicken. Yes,
chicken tastes like chicken.
Chicken tastes like chicken. Yes, the analytics, it's weird. That's why, let me tell you, one of my homies, Casey, over at Boots and Bounty, my twinsy, her husband, Steven, does Mr. Boots Helpline. Help desk. And he talks about stuff. So if you don't take my word for it, because I'm not very knowledgeable. Me and Maddy were just talking about that. We're really, even though Maddy's degree is in marketing.
Business and marketing, yay!
You still don't really know where YouTube's going with it. So definitely check out Steven's video because he kind of explains it better than I would on my live. So yeah. But y'all, I'm not going to keep Maddy. Y'all, we missed a little bit because her horses got out. But she was back. So we got to finish our little chit chat. And I'm so excited that we got to chit chat.
Yeah.
For the first time, for those that don't know, it's the first time. And I'm so excited you hit 500. Congratulations to y'all.
Thank you so much.
You deserve it, like, beyond. We are so excited for y'all. And y'all share them on your community page. Let's get them to 1,000. I'm telling you, if you get to 1,000 by June, Maddy, like, you got to come back on my live.
Right?
I started it.
That, and I'm gonna send you some beer from Colorado or something, because like Colorado is known for its distilleries and its breweries. I'll have to send you some Colorado made beer.
I may have to come to Colorado when you hit 1,000. I may have to come. Where's the link? The link for Maddy, or there's somewhere. I can repost it.
I just got a new subscriber on the phone, so thank you very much.
It's probably Carmen. We love her. Carmen's actually going to be on in a couple weeks, so y'all have to come back to check that. But Thank you again to Maddy. Thank you for coming on.
Say thank you for having me.
Oh my God, it's my pleasure. Thank you, y'all, for tuning in. We love Maddy. Thank you, Ronnie. We love you. And for teaching me that don't microwave your tortillas. Maddy probably knows that, being married to a Hispanic.
Oh, no.
No, when you were gone to the horses, she talked about how her husband, who is white, microwaves tortillas. She is Hispanic. And her grandchild, right, Ronnie, told him, her husband, do not microwave the tortillas. It's supposed to. Sub 2. All right, y'all. Thank you. I could chat all night with Maddy. There's Danny in the background. Peace.
He's stealing a notepad.
I'm stealing a notepad. But yeah, thank you for coming on my live. Make sure you subscribe. I will see you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Until hi Rebecca, you're coming in as we're leaving.
Oh no.
But until next Tuesday, y'all, be blessed. We'll see you.
Bye.